People are very worried because this could be the most affected part of the whole of the UK when it comes to rising sea levels. Now behind me is Hewtown, and what makes this place so special is the fact that there is a beach on either side, and it only takes about a minute and a half to walk from one beach through the centre of town to the other. But as a result, it means it is very and can be very badly affected by storm surges when they come in. I've been speaking to people today who say they see a lot more flooding events right in the centre of town. And when you combine that with the fact that we are predicted to see rising sea levels for many more decades now, that's what gets people really concerned. Now, I spoke to a lady today who runs the local newsagent here, and she says if nothing is done at this big climate change summit, she's worried that for future generations, this place could disappear altogether. Touching down on St Mary's this morning, you can see hundreds of rocks and small islands. Experts say thousands of years ago this used to be one piece of land, but now only the highest points remain. Hewtown is sandwiched between two beaches, and people who live here are used to flooding. Avril runs the local newsagent, which has been in her family for more than a century, but she's worried what future generations may inherit.
Hewtown is very low, and I suppose if you're looking in probably to 100 years, Hewtown may not be.
While today the sea is relatively calm, storms like this one in 2014 can wash away the flood defences that are designed to protect residents. Councillor Steve Watt shows me the natural barriers at Porthlow Beach and tells me more than £4 million is being spent this winter to bolster defences.
We're at the foreground of a battleground of weather systems from not just the Atlantic but the Irish Sea and the English Channel. We're at the junction, and so we're vulnerable from 360 degrees.
In terms of the flood defences, do you think the council is doing enough?
I think it's enough for the time being, but I mean, as long as COP26 works, then it should be enough for the next few years.
At the Mermaid Inn, locals and holidaymakers are enjoying a lunchtime pint metres from the water. But many are worried about the changes that could come if sea levels continue to rise.
It only needs to rise a little bit before it could sort of encroach, really.
Sea levels I haven't really noticed too much, but around like Peninas area, all the paths and stuff, they're all falling down as well now.
And what will the people on Scilly do? Do you know what I mean? There's people that, that go back generations and generations and generations.
But climate change expert Dr. Rob Barnett from the University of Exeter explains to me that the Isles of Scilly simply won't disappear.
Even under severe climate scenario, 1 metre of sea level rise, the islands will remain, but the low-lying part of the islands, and particularly those areas that are exposed to storms, we will expect to see some coastal changes in the future.
What those changes look like depends on how far we alter our way of life before the true impact of climate change is felt on these shores. Max Walsh, ITV News.